Please rise if you are able and remain standing for the presentation of colors by the UMass Boston Police and Public Safety Department.
Good morning. I'm Senior Lecturer Amy Todd, Chair of the UMass Boston Faculty Council, the governing body of faculty on our campus. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Marcelo Suarez Orozco.
Greetings and good morning. I offer my welcome and declare the undergraduate portion of the 57th commencement exercise of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, officially open. Please continue standing as Lillian Harris, a current undergraduate student who is graduating today, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lillian, and thank you to the Honor Guard from the University of Massachusetts Police and Public Safety Department. We appreciate all that you do to keep our campus safe and are proud to have you here. Please be seated. Congratulations, UMass Boston, class of 2025. Today, we celebrate you and your many accomplishments. There are so many inspiring success stories in this class. This year, our student body is comprised of nearly 16,000 students representing over 130 countries and speaking over 70 different languages. And more than half of our undergraduates are first-generation college students. If, like your chancellor, you are a first person in your family to earn a college degree, please rise as you are able or wave to be recognized. You may be seated. We also recognize your classmates who cannot be with us because they were called to active duty as members of the United States Armed Forces. Many members of our graduating class and guests here today have served or are serving in the United States in a service branch. We are grateful for you and the sacrifices you make. Will those of you who are serving or are veterans please rise as you're able or wave and be recognized? You may be seated. I like to recognize all who work so hard to make this special, beautiful day a reality. No ceremony of this size and scope just happens. And I am so grateful to my colleagues for all they have done over the past few months to prepare for today's commencement ceremony. Please join me in thanking them. Beacons, the journey you've taken and the university itself would not exist without the faculty that has been UMass Boston's calling card since the university opened. There are many members here with us today. I know this is one of their most satisfying days. Please give them the round of applause they deserve. I am pleased to welcome Elizabeth West, representing our Alumni Council. We also welcome the UMass Board of Trustee members with us today. Trustee Mary Burns, Abigail Raymond, Jen. All right. Jen Javieri and Stephanie Nickham. Thank you. Thank you, trustees, for your service and continued support of UMass Boston. Let me recognize the Honorable Andrea Joy Campbell, Attorney General. Attorney General of the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, who will honor us with delivering our commencement address. I would like to recognize my colleagues from the administration on stage with me today who worked so hard on your behalf. Let's give it up for them. Beacons, today marks the conclusion of a rigorous cycle of academic study and scholarly accomplishment. You've earned your degrees at a challenging and uncertain time. Many of you began your UMass Boston journey during the devastating COVID-19 pandemic. You've encountered obstacles, detours, and wicked nods, but you reach the finish line with grit, grace, and a smile on your face. It took determination. It took ganas to arrive at this moment. For that, I salute you. Well done, Beacons. Well done. Congratulations. Today, you begin a journey, a possibility, with hope, curiosity, and eyes wide open, even as it seems overshadowed by the mounting crises of the day. Together, we continue to build UMass Boston 2.0, equipping you with the tools to lead purposeful lives and make a difference in the world. While we face significant challenges, some dark clouds, there is so much to celebrate. The good news is that UMass Boston is a leader in so many domains. Climate resilience, innovative solutions such as the living seawalls and the mass strategy encompassing mitigation, adaptation, and societal transformation are not just possible, they're now viable thanks to the outstanding work of our scientists at the Stone Living Lab. In research, UMass Boston has attained both an R1, that's a gold standard, research designation, and high access designation, expanding the impact of our research opportunities for our students. I am delighted to share that we hosted the New England Commission of Higher Education Accreditation Review, and very happy to report we passed with flying colors. An achievement that makes your degrees more valuable and your skills more in demand. At the Paul English Applied Artificial Intelligence Institute and our Applied Ethics Center, we are learning how AI works and applying it ethically to serve justice, respect the dignity of work, and deepen democratic practice. In STEM, 4 of our seniors here today were selected to participate in the NASA High Altitude Student Platform mission and will launch an experimental device into space in July. All of this stems from UMass Boston's noble mission and clear purpose. We aim to prepare students for meaningful careers and instill in them the courage to use their education for the greater good. I am confident that the degrees I will confer today have equipped you with powerful GPS to do just that. This is why we need to protect UMass Boston 2.0 we built together from forces that undermine our autonomy and our endeavors to preserve and advance knowledge. In recent years, we've witnessed, in recent weeks, we've witnessed unwelcome government intrusion, including the revocation of visas for our international students without warning or due process, the cancellation of millions of dollars in research funding that supports public health, public education, scientific scholarship, and attacks on efforts to serve our diverse communities and ensure equity. As I noted, when I joined over 500 college presidents and chancellors from around our country, let me be clear, quote, "We are open to constructive reform and do not oppose legitimate government oversight. However, we must oppose undue government intrusion into the lives of those who learn, live, and work on our campuses." Higher education has long been and must continue to be a driving force for American progress and a catalyst for positive change. Universities are marketplace of ideas, and we cannot sustain a functioning democracy if its foundation, academic freedom and free scientific inquiry, is under siege. We cannot reach new insights, invent new devices, cultivate thoughtful public policy, or change the world if we accept everything we're told as fixed, eternal, and correct. We achieve progress through questioning, discovery, curiosity, and innovation. These are the gifts of academic freedom and scientific inquiry, the sources of much good and great news in higher education. We do this by strengthening truth-seeking in science, the arts, the humanities, and by supporting social cohesion, inclusion, belonging, and that most precious of all human capacities, empathy. We do this by enlisting the better angels of our nature, unifying, not dividing, edifying, not denigrating, cultivating humility, not hubris. This is the light democracy needs to flourish and continue to endure. Now, I know, and you know, that life isn't scripted for you after you leave us at Columbia Point. There is considerable uncertainty. You will face complicated decisions and potential risks. You will also have chance encounters that will change everything. But all of that is good. The moments when you're drawing on what you've learned and the experiences you've had here at UMass Boston and zeroing in on what you truly love. For many of you, the seeds of that epiphany were sown here at UMass Boston. In exploring the intellectual universe, you find meaning. Through your advocacy and your service, you matter to others. Before he passed, the last words Pope Francis said to me at his home in Casa Santa Marta were, "Adelante, siempre adelante," always forward. So on this remarkable day, I leave you with this call to action. Take everything UMass Boston opened for you, the academic freedom, diversity of thought, passion for making things better, and go out into the world and live fearlessly. In the end, I don't want you to leave UMass Boston behind. I want you to take UMass Boston with you. Challenge yourselves. Keep learning. See where change is needed, and always be that change. And don't ever forget that all of us here at UMass Boston will love you and honor you for doing just that. Finally, a personal and heartfelt request. Please, please, por favor, stay to the end of the ceremony so that the graduates who come at the end of the line receive the same recognition as those at the beginning. Por favor, please stay. I know it's been a long time and you're anxious to celebrate. We want to be sure it is an experience to remember for everyone here. So I hope you will show your respect for all students and remain until everyone has crossed the stage. Thank you. Muchas gracias. It is now my great privilege to introduce Trustee Mary Burns to bring greetings on behalf of the UMass System Board of Trustees.
Good morning, everyone, and most importantly, good morning, graduates, class of 2025. Give it up for yourself. Let's go. Chancellor Suarez Orozco, Provost Berger, esteemed faculty members, alumni, families, friends, honored guests, and most importantly, again to you, the graduates of the class of 2025. On behalf of the University of Massachusetts Board of Trustees, it is an honor to welcome you all to this special occasion. I'm also happy to be joined by my fellow board members, student trustees Gent Javieri, Stephanie Nickham, and UMass Boston's own Abigail Raymond. Today we honor and applaud the hard work, determination, and dedication each of you has demonstrated in reaching this remarkable milestone. A central part of the board's oversight across our 5-campus university system focuses precisely on enabling celebrations like today's, ensuring that UMass continues to provide outstanding educational value while remaining affordable and accessible for students and their families. Your achievements and those of future classes remain at the very core of our mission as trustees. As a student at another UMass campus, UMass Lowell, I was where you were not long ago, I think many moons ago, ready to graduate, filled with pride in my experience and excitement about the journey ahead. My years at UMass were transformative, as I'm sure yours have been as well. I was fortunate to have outstanding professors who nurtured my intellectual curiosity, and the friendships I made have lasted me more than 4 decades, continually enriching my life. UMass was and remains an essential part of who I am, and I hope it will continue to be for each of you. I have one simple piece of advice today, summarized in 2 words: stay fresh. By this I mean maintain your curiosity, stay actively engaged, and always seek opportunities for personal growth. Keep your energy up and understand that though the journey ahead will include challenges, I encourage you to embrace them fully, both the good and the tough. Resist the temptation to become complacent or disheartened. Always approach life with clarity, compassion, and a commitment to contributing positively, not only for yourselves, but for our community and yours, our Commonwealth and our nation. Class of 2025, on behalf of President Meehan, Chair Steve Karam, and the dedicated, talented members of our Board of Trustees, we extend our warmest congratulations and best wishes on this extraordinary occasion. You did it.
Thank you, Trustee Burns. My name is Joe Berger, and I have the privilege of serving as the Provost of UMass Boston, and it is my pleasure to join the Chancellor in presenting the John F. Kennedy Award for Academic Excellence. Bassem Naim, please step forward.
In recognition of your numerous accomplishments, your leadership, your ethic of care, and your selfless service to others, I am pleased to present the 2025 John F. Kennedy Award for Academic Excellence to you, Bassem. And now, our JFK Award winner, Bassem Naim, will present remarks on behalf of the class of 2025.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning, members of the UMass Boston class of 2025. I'd like to begin by congratulating you all for completing this monumental chapter of your lives, as graduating college is no easy feat. I would also like to take a moment to appreciate and congratulate the families and friends of the graduates, whose encouragement have carried us through challenges we often couldn't face alone. Winnie the Pooh couldn't have said it better when he said, "A day without a friend is like a pot without a drop of honey left inside." We are all here today because of the unwavering support we have offered each other. This is a milestone not just for us individuals, but for those who stood behind us while we kept moving forward. You should all feel incredibly proud for not only completing your degree requirements, but for also being there for each other the past 4 years. I'm sure each one of you is thinking of that one person who supported you the most. For me, it's my parents, Naim and Saima. They made it possible for me to be the first member of my family to attend college in the United States. Two years ago, I took my citizenship test, which was an achievement made possible by their relentless hard work and sacrifice. My parents left their families behind 20 years ago in Pakistan to give me a better life, and I stand before here not just as a graduate, but as their legacy. I'd also like to thank Jen Maitino, Diane Panko, Dr. Sigmon, and Dr. Patania, as well as the rest of my mentors whose kindness and patience has fueled my passion for healthcare and science. When we started in 2021, masks were still required and classes were newly in person, which meant that I didn't have to line up my beard. It also meant that we didn't really know what each other looked like until we were sophomores. Looking back, I'm pretty glad because my beard didn't connect until then anyways. The quad was still a massive pile of dirt, and now it's a beautiful greenery that the geese seem to be enjoying as much as us. I mean it when I say, please watch your step when you're taking pictures after this. 4 years ago, things were undoubtedly different. We as a class experienced 2 different presidential administrations, the ability to use ChatGPT to write emails, and a Celtics NBA championship. Furthermore, we witnessed Kanye's series of unprecedented crash outs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please don't Google it. I promise you'll regret it. At a time when a lot of things remain challenging, UMass Boston has helped me realize that in order to enact change, it is imperative that one remains optimistic. Through my tenure as an RA and the leader of multiple clubs, I learned that without optimism, there is no beacon to guide us through the dark. There must be hope guided by optimism to be successful in anything you do, whether it be leading a club or enacting institutional change. Let's face it, society is going through a difficult time, and it is our generation that bears the responsibility of helping to fix it. That's why it is more important than ever to recognize the immense power we hold. We're entering the world with more than just a degree. We bring energy, ambition, and drive to create lasting change. We all possess the capacity to bring change, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here today. So please give yourselves a round of applause. Last summer, I was privileged to take part in an internship at UMass Chan, where I worked on clinical trials for muscular dystrophy and ALS, which is a terminal illness. Before meeting the patients, I assumed they would be disheartened. Facing such a diagnosis, how couldn't they be? But I was wrong. One day, one of the patients, who we'll call Paul, came into the clinic. Paul educated me on the history of his illness before telling me that the reason he was taking part of this research. It was to contribute to research that would benefit his children and others suffering from the same illness. He didn't care whether or not the treatment would work for him. Truth be told, I was envious of Paul's ability to turn such a dark period of his life into one that gave himself and everyone around him courage and hope. I continued asking myself for days, how did he do it? How is it that he is able to think so positively through such a storm while I'm still complaining about my 8 a.m. classes? Then it clicked. The reason Paul was able to remain so optimistic was by creating purpose for himself. Paul refused to surrender. He chose to selflessly improve healthcare with the remaining time he had. Now, when we look at the state of the world, we must acknowledge the ongoing atrocities in Gaza, the instability in Kashmir, Sudan, Haiti, Syria, and Somalia. I fear many of us have become chronic complainers, complicit in the thought that we are powerless in enacting change. Rather than just performatively posting about it, we must find purpose in helping these causes, just like Paul did. We are at a volatile point in time where we cannot afford to be cynical. Too many of us post Instagram stories and consider that to be our daily dose of activism, when we can do so much more. Paul was able to remain optimistic as his terminal illness progressed, and in doing so, I realized that this is a value that we must incorporate into our daily lives. It does not have to be a political cause, but we must devote ourselves to a cause just as Paul did to remain optimistic about the future. John F. Kennedy said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." A country is only as good as its people, and we are those people who will make this country better. We must change our attitude to be more optimistic and to have a quiet, fierce kind of hope, not the loud, performative kind. Hope that brings us to show up in the work that we do that betters the lives of those around us. It is not solely our degrees that will allow us to enact change. It is our passion and dedication to our causes that will. The world aches, and our optimism will allow us to be the ones who show up and do something about it. Make no mistake, our degrees are not the finish line. They are only the start of what we are capable of. When students read history textbooks 20 years down the line, they will learn that our mentality is what led us to be the first generation to start the fire that burns injustice, inequality, and oppression. I know every single one of you will unknowingly make a difference in someone's life, and I am truly honored to enter this next chapter with all of you. UMass Boston Class of 2025. Let's not wait for the future. Let's build it. Thank you.
Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Attorney General Andrea Joy Campbell to receive the Chancellor's Medal for Distinguished Service.
You were sworn in on January 18th, 2023, as the 45th Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the first Black woman to hold the position. Your dedication to economic opportunity, children's mental health, breaking incarceration cycles, and ensuring equal access to the Attorney General's office drives your efforts to create a fairer, more inclusive Massachusetts. Under your leadership, the Office of the Attorney General is tackling behavioral health challenges to prevent school dropout, crime, substance abuse, and economic hardship. You've introduced initiatives to reduce incarceration, including decriminalizing minor offenses, reforming pretrial detention, and improving re-entry services to prevent re-offending. Yes, let's give it up. Additionally, you've made your office more accessible by establishing units to protect older residents from fraud, uphold gun laws, and safeguard reproductive rights. Before becoming Attorney General, you were the first woman to represent District 4 on the Boston City Council, where you passed the Community Preservation Act and secured funding for youth development. And in 2018, you became the first Black woman elected City Council president. Prior to that, you served as legal counsel to Governor Deval Patrick and general counsel at the Metropolitan Area Planning Council. You've also practiced employment law at Procauser and Rose, LLP, and advocated for children's rights with the ED Law Project. Raised in Roxbury, you overcame adversity, turning struggle into opportunity. A Boston Latin School graduate, you attended Princeton University and UCLA Law School. For your unshakable spirit and advocacy for overlooked communities make you not only a public servant, but a powerful role model and a driving force for a more just Commonwealth, a more just future. That all may know of your ongoing commitment to serving the great people of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and creating a more inclusive community, UMass Boston is proud to present you Attorney General Andrea Joy Campbell with the Chancellor's Medal for Distinguished Service. Now, it is my great pleasure to invite the commencement address from our Attorney General.
I did drink my water. Good morning, UMass Boston. Okay, I don't know about you. This is not about me. I am grateful for that honor, but it is about this graduating class. And I prayed last night and this morning to make sure there was no rain, so I'm joyful about a lot of things this morning. So again, good morning, UMass Boston class of 2025. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you, and of course, I want to thank your incredible chancellor and your entire university for this honor, for the recognition. The work I do every single day is not necessarily for me or my family. It really is about service and serving the Commonwealth, which is indeed the greatest state in the country. So I am grateful, and I extend back at all of you my sincere gratitude. I also want to thank not only the faculty and the staff that are standing behind me, but those who couldn't be here with us, those who are out there who organized this incredible graduation. All we had to do was just walk in, and they provided coffee, water, food. So I would love if the graduates, and you need to move anyway, would just stand up so we collectively can applaud the faculty, the staff, the folks who work so hard to run this institution. So if you could stand up and extend gratitude by applauding these folks, I would appreciate it. Stay standing. While you're standing, I also want to acknowledge those who have helped you get to where you are. They're all sitting in the back, looking beautiful, looking amazing. Your parents, your guardians, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your siblings, those who are here in person, and those who are also here in spirit. I want us to applaud them because none of us gets to where we are by ourselves. So thank you to the families for the work that you do every single day to support these incredible students. Now, class of 2025, I also wanted you to stand because I was staring at some of y'all. Y'all look good. Y'all look fabulous. I want you just to look around at each other. Y'all look good. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you, the class of 2025, on this incredible accomplishment. Give yourself a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge Lillian, who sang and did an incredible job. You can give her a round of applause. No nerves. Bassem, I want to acknowledge you. You were incredible. You were straight to the point. I won't be having any Ye Kanye references in my speech, but you did it. Don't Google any of that, because it's crazy. But I want to acknowledge you two as well, and again, congratulate the entire class of 2025. Thank you for allowing me to be here and to celebrate with you. Feel free to sit down, but congratulations again. It was said before, but I think it's worth lifting up a few things about this group of hardworking, passionate, future change makers, but current change makers and future trailblazers, all of whom, regardless of your age, are young and fabulous. But this is a graduating class of nearly 60% of color. Over 40% first generation, the first in their family, as we saw and heard from the chancellor, to go to college, to graduate. Similar to the chancellor and similar to myself, the first in my family to go to college and law school and graduate. It's a big deal. This is a class representing not just the Commonwealth, not just our country, but the entire world, representing over 130 different countries from around the world. It's incredible that you chose to come to Massachusetts to get your education and, most importantly, to give us your gifts. And as an administration seeks to try to take away visas from our students, we'll do everything we can to protect you, but I want to acknowledge the gifts that you are representing these various countries and the contributions that you have made and will continue to make to the Commonwealth, which I and everyone on this stage will not take for granted. Thank you. I also acknowledge, whether you're native or international, that each of you took different paths to get here. You each have unique backgrounds, talents, hopes, and dreams. Some of you entered college straight out of high school. Some of you entered later in life, after raising families or leaving a career to try something new. Some of you have balanced your classes with full or part-time jobs. Some of you have commuted long distances to get here, supported family members, battled grief, experienced grief and loss, and other personal battles. There were indeed, I'm sure, challenges along the way, and maybe moments where you felt powerless or fearful or wanted to give up. And all of those personal challenges that you had to deal with, you also had to deal with a pandemic. You're graduating at a time with economic uncertainty, climate anxiety, ongoing political divisions, traumatic wars overseas, and so much more. Yet, despite those challenges, you exercised courage, you believed in yourself, and you took action every day to accomplish what you accomplished today. So when I say it's an honor and privilege to be here with you, it is indeed an honor and privilege to be here, because we all recognize what it took to sit in that chair is not an easy feat. And today will go by really fast, almost like a wedding. Just flies by. Next you know you're married and maybe questioning why you're married. Not me, but maybe some others. Because I love my husband and my 2 kids. I don't know if he's watching, but hey, babe. But it's a big deal, and it will go by quickly. So please, as you're sitting in this chair for some more hours, really sit with and be present of what you have done today and how significant it is. It is not one to be discounted. Be present with it throughout the morning and the afternoon. I also want to stress a few things today, and I think one of my central messages will really be about not only acknowledging some of that struggle that you've had to endure to get here, but really embracing yourself, really loving yourself, really embracing your individual stories, your unique stories, which may have challenges, ups and downs, stuff you had to overcome, but all the stuff that we sometimes maybe want to put in a closet or off to the side. And why do I say that? Because I know in our stories there's tremendous power, not only to graduate from this incredible institution, but you will need it as you move forward in the world to accomplish your dreams and to make them happen for yourselves, your families, and your community. And there is significant power in our story. Power is not detached from us. It's actually with us and inside of us. The question is whether or not you're going to tap into it. And I think knowing our stories and sitting with them allows us to do just that. And how do I know that? Because I'm a very testament of someone who took her story and turned that pain into purpose. What was not mentioned in my bio, and often is not mentioned in my bio, is that not only was I the first in my family to go to college and to graduate and law school the same, but it was not a straight line, I should say, and at times a battle to get to those institutions. When I was 8 months old, my mom actually died in a car accident going to visit my father, who was incarcerated at the time. My father was incarcerated for the first 8 years of my life. So my brothers and I, we bounced around, sometimes living with my grandmother, who did the best she could, but on occasion struggled with alcoholism. And when she was struggling, we lived with relatives, sometimes in the foster care system. And when she wasn't struggling, we were put back with her. My father would then get out of prison when I was 8. I would meet him for the first time. But sadly, he wouldn't live to see me graduate from Princeton. I was 19 years old, a sophomore. I talked to him one morning. He died the same evening. Fast forward, my twin brother Andre, so it was Andre and Andrea, would die over 12 years ago while in the custody of the Department of Correction, which oversees our prisons here in Massachusetts, at the age of 29 as a result of receiving inadequate health care. And I reflect on that story quite a bit. I don't share it to try to compare or compete. I share it for a few reasons. One is to remind myself, to the point I made earlier, that none of us gets here by ourselves. Through all of that, I had an incredible education. I attended 5 Boston public schools, all of which were excellent. I attended a great university. I had great teachers. I had great mentors. I had great employers. I had folks who even sometimes just for a season were in my life to help me through something traumatic that would allow me to turn that pain into purpose. And most importantly, to serve as your Attorney General, not for my benefit, but to ensure that any other family in Massachusetts also has the opportunity and the tools they would need to break cycles of poverty, criminalization, mediocrity, and anything else they're dealing with so they could reach their God-given potential and maybe someday take this role and be the 46th Attorney General of Massachusetts. So as you embark on your journey and reflect on your struggles, and let me tell you, there are many who would try to use my story against me. I stand here with loved ones who are still incarcerated, and I tell them, bring it on. Because I have no shame whatsoever in who I am, what I've been through, because I know it is the key to informing where I go and where I end up. So in addition to you all standing in who you are and whose you are, as they say in my faith tradition, I do want to leave you with a few points of advice, some of which I think echo what previous speakers have said. The first is the importance of courage, and I don't think we actually talk about it enough. As the great Maya Angelou said, who was one of my personal heroes, courage is the most important of all virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. I had the pleasure of meeting Maya Angelou when I was a sophomore, when I was a middle school student at the Timilty Middle School in Roxbury. And it was at a time when I was experiencing some people who love the Timilty Middle School, God bless. At a time when I was experiencing a lot of trauma. And what I loved about this impression and also this idea of what courage is that she is a manifestation of it and what it actually means. She grew up during Jim Crow, segregation, faced racism, discrimination, poverty, sexual abuse as a young child, abuse that literally caused her to become mute for several years. But in the face of those challenges, she not only embraced her story, all facets of it, with all of its pain, trauma, and imperfections. She is in many ways, I think, an incredible example of one of the greatest exercises of personal courage. Eventually, that courage and her attachment to her story and sharing it with others would allow her to become the first poet to give an inaugural poem address for a president, in this case, President Bill Clinton. From poverty to standing next to a president and what some may say, near princes. It does not happen, this ability to break centuries of stigma around childhood trauma, racial injustice, oppression, whatever it is our families may be grappling with, if we were unwilling to exercise courage. And some of you may think you don't have it. But again, I remind you, you sit in this chair as a graduate in the class of 2025 because you exercised courage to get here. And maybe at times you felt like you were by yourself or alone pushing through a challenge, and still you made it. So know that if you take steps to exercise courage, folks will come out of the woodwork to support you in whatever you envision. And what does that mean in practical terms? Apply for that job they say you're unqualified for. Run for the job they say you'll never get. Seek help when you're struggling. You don't get through trauma without therapy. I believe in my Bible, I read it every day, but it is not a therapist. It is not a professional therapist that can give you language. Seek out help when you need it. There are professionals who know what they're doing. That's exercising courage. Courage to overcome the barriers. Sometimes that may be family members themselves. I have family members till this day saying, girl, when are you going to get a real job and make real money? And I said, excuse me, thank you for your opinion. I love my job. It's fabulous. It's purpose-driven. So sometimes you have to push against even the noise of others and those who love you with love in return to say, thank you, I'm going to exercise courage and do what I need to do. Because no one knows your dreams better than you. Why? Because they're in you. But they will never happen if you don't exercise courage. And if you don't know who Maya Angelou is, well, go get a book and read her. I know they're trying to remove her from the libraries of institutions at the government level, but it's still in our libraries, as long as we protect them and don't allow them to be defunded. So go get to know Maya Angelou at one of your local free libraries, and others that model courage, including faculty and others who stand behind me. The second advice I want to leave you with is not just the importance of courage, but conviction, which is attached to self-belief. These deeply held beliefs that should be unwavering, regardless of what's coming at you. Because even when we have courage to bring about change, to overcome something, it can be difficult at times. And if we don't have conviction, it makes it more difficult to forge ahead. We cannot overcome our fears or even the madness of the world. And yes, the world is mad. Right now, as we sit here in many ways. But you can't overcome that if you have no conviction or convictions. For me, conviction is about returning to something that I believe in and aligning it with my values that I live out every single day, unapologetically, regardless of who is in front of me, regardless of what is happening around me. It's about standing grounded in who you are. And in my faith tradition, to no disrespect to any other faith tradition, I am a believer. Jesus is my God. And I attach myself because it keeps me grounded in seeing the humanity in everyone, regardless of their faith tradition, identity, regardless, extending love, for example, unconditional love without judgment, extending compassion and empathy and joy and hope and optimism. And I say all that because in this world at a time when we are experiencing an onslaught of chaos and madness and uncertainty and fear-mongering, and a desire to divide us versus bringing us together, you have to be grounded in something that is bigger than you to sustain yourself in the midst of it, to do the work, as your eloquent student speaker said, to accomplish your dreams, not just for yourself, but for your families, for your community, and for the world. And so I want us to actually say a few things, because convictions also can show up in our affirmations. I don't know about you, but I occasionally have to look myself in the mirror and say, girl, you are young and fabulous and amazing. Because the world don't always tell me that. You are somebody. You are awesome. So I want the graduating class to repeat after me, because I know some of y'all ain't telling yourselves enough affirmations in the midst of what's going on. We're going to let this plane just go by. But I want you all to repeat a few things. Sometimes I just say, I am somebody. I need you to say, I am somebody. Oh, well, see, some of you need some greater affirmations. I don't believe it. How are you going to go after a job you ain't qualified for if you don't believe in yourself? And you can't even say, I am somebody. I am somebody. I am awesome. I am fabulous. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am amazing. I'm a bad. So that conviction, that self-belief, critically important, because what you are tasked with in your generation to overcome will be hard. And let me tell you, you need to be grounded in something that is secure and is a solid foundation and a solid rock that will sustain you every step of the way. And the last piece that I think is equally important and has also been lifted up, hope, optimism, but I would say joy. I just have to live with joy. I just don't have a choice. Part of it is my middle name is Joy, named after my biological mother. So I just can't run away from joy. It is just a part of who I am. And I'm trying to figure out how to make sure joy is continuing to show up in my life. But I can't stress the importance of staying attached to a sense of joy and hope. And I don't just stay attached to that because of my middle name. My faith also demands that I show up with a sense of joy and hope. But in addition to that, my historical context demands that I stand up with a sense of hope and joy. I think about those Black folks in particular who came before me, who were enslaved in this country, who will never get a plaque, who will never get their names in the history books of our schools, who will remain unknown, but who in more challenging and difficult times suffered with lashes on their backs, with no accountability whatsoever for loss, for lynching, who would allow me to be able to run for office, to be able to vote and vote for myself. I cannot not have joy thinking about that historical context. My two boys give me joy because I know the work I do is about breaking cycles for them too. I'm a first-time homeowner, breaking cycles of poverty for my two kids. That gives me joy. So I say to all of you, as you do this work, you better get to know your historical context. And it varies for each of you, but it's important. And again, the library for now is free. We will keep working to make sure our libraries are not defunded. So there's places for you to understand and go understand your history. Your parents, your elders know that history. At times it may be difficult for them to talk about it, but pull it out of them because it is equally as important as conviction and courage in ensuring that you can continue to show up with joy and optimism. And why I know that is important in this day and age, because standing up, looking fabulous, and also being joyful is in itself resistance. It is in itself saying, I'm not going to allow you, including one person in Washington, before or after, or anyone else for that matter, even folks who may be in this audience who are saying, I ain't voting for her. I don't care. I hope to earn your vote, but if I don't, you can't take away my joy. You can't diminish my spirit. You can't diminish who I am, whose I am, and who I be, ever. And young people, given what is ahead of you, be attached to something or some things that will sustain your joy and your hope and your optimism. It is just as important as you move forward ahead to accomplish your dreams. And then lastly, before I have to move on, and I didn't want to get too political because we're balancing a celebration here where we won't allow the forces outside of this space to take away the true joy and accomplishment of this day for you and for your incredible families. I have to, though, acknowledge that even as we sit here with each other in community, there is real fear in our immigrant community. There is real fear in our LGBTQ+ community. There is real fear with our students who lawfully sought a visa and got it, and it remains under threat. There's real fear in our campuses because of the threat against their academic freedom and their ability to teach you and give you creative expression. Real fear that must be acknowledged. And I will do everything in my power to fight not only to protect our values, but to protect our residents and our people, our state economy, and the incredible institution that UMass the systems are and UMass Boston is. We will use the authority of our office to protect each and every one of you. And I have to make that clear in the midst of the fear that people are feeling. And I am also equally concerned, and I can't leave this stage without mentioning it, about the rule of law in this country. Not just as your Attorney General, but as someone who has benefited from the rule of law. And it sounds so pie in the sky. What it simply means is that we have a constitution, and our constitution in Massachusetts is the first. It informs the Constitution at the federal level. That's how special this state is. But a Constitution that has afforded me incredible opportunity, that I would not be standing here if we did not have the rule of law that allowed me to have access to an incredible education, incredible opportunities to be able to stand here ahead of you. Just recently, I was at the Supreme Court defending our rule of law, and specifically the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. This has been the law of the land. Birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment, has been the law of the land, rule of law, for 150 years. And it's not just about immigrants. The 14th Amendment was a promise to Black folks who were formerly enslaved when this country was grappling, what will we do with those people? Through debate, the 14th Amendment says we're going to give them citizenship to ensure them privileges and rights. And what are those? Without the 14th Amendment, I can't run to be your Attorney General. Without the 14th Amendment, I can't vote and participate in our elections. So regardless of how you feel about the 14th Amendment, pick whichever one you like. The first, the second, whichever one. If we allow one person to unravel the Constitution and take away the 14th Amendment, they will take away the most amendment that you like. This is why we should all care about the rule of law. Not because you should care about the Constitution and the amendment that you so love or choose to love, but also without it, you don't get an education. You don't get life, liberty, and prosperity from your government. You don't get freedoms. You don't get accountability from your government. You don't get transparency from your government or elected officials. You don't get due process. You don't get a plan to help you reduce your student loans. You don't get a plan to help reduce your housing costs. Because without the rule of law, you don't have an economy that works. You don't get the promises that government says it will give to you, which is this life, liberty, and prosperity. You don't get it without the rule of law. So I hope that everyone leaves here not only celebrating, but at least for a second, thinking about the importance of this rule of law and the contract it affords you between you and your government to the basics that you would need to be able to thrive, graduate, and to prosper and accomplish your dreams. I will end with this, because I said I didn't want to get too political, but I had to get a little political. I will do my part as your Attorney General, protecting the rule of law for all of us, and frankly, not getting distracted by the noise to ensure that this state remains the greatest in the country, to ensure that opportunity is afforded to all of you, regardless of where you come from or your demographic, to ensure we're breaking cycles of all kind of for every family, to ensure the next generation, most importantly, does better than the last. My father was quote unquote a criminal, but this generation is doing better than the last. And that prospect seems harder in this time and in this day and age. But I will do my part to ensure that it's not insurmountable in giving you what you need. But the question now becomes to you fabulous and amazing looking students, this incredible class of 2025, what will you do with your degree, your talents, your unique gifts? Because they are unique. They're not like the person to your left or to your right. Be yourself. Go after your dreams. Focus on you. Say your affirmations. Believe in your God and testify about your religious beliefs to everybody if it sustains you and who you are. But what are you going to do? Because I know when we're all dead and gone, it will become up to you. And I will end by saying, most folks know, even in my faith tradition and others, story around Moses. Moses gets, even folks who are not of any faith tradition usually know something about Moses. They watch Prince of Egypt or something, or they listen to Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or something. Many folks don't know the story of Joshua, who came after. Joshua was the next generation. And what I love about Joshua's story is that he was called to succeed Moses, but most importantly, the next generation. The other folks were left behind. They couldn't cross over to the promised land. Joshua had to lead the new generation. And actually, he had more power. He had more responsibility. But he was equipped with everything he would need to make sure that the next generation had more, and that the challenges that are deemed to be insurmountable are indeed not. You guys are that next generation. I view each and every one of you as the Joshua of our generation. So go out and stand in who you are, find some historical context, exercise some goddamn courage, have some conviction in yourself, and know that all of us are here to support you as you take on the really hard work of this next generation to do the really hard work that lies ahead for all of us. Class of 2025, thank you for allowing me to be able to participate in your ceremony today. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Congratulations to your families. Enjoy today. If you drink, don't drive. Do it safe and healthy. But most importantly, stand in who you are today and celebrate the heck out of this incredible accomplishment. To the class of 2025, congratulations again. You deserve all the love, all the praise. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, General Campbell. We now have come to the conferral of undergraduate degrees to 2,635 fabulous candidates.
Would the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees please rise and remain standing? Chancellor, I have the honor to present the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for their degrees and who have been recommended for these degrees by their faculty.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon the certified candidates the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science as recommended by the faculty. In accordance with custom, you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree or certificate here and elsewhere. You may now move your tassel over. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. Every year, we induct our graduates into the family of alumni of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, because the strength of the university depends upon each of you. There are nearly 115,000 alumni of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, Boston State College at Boston, and State Teachers College at Boston, who give witness to the great value of public education. With Elizabeth West representing the alumni body and Basim Naim representing the graduates, please come forward for the Alumni Association induction.
Will all the graduates please rise as you are able? Chancellor Suarez Orozco and Alumni Council Representative West, inscribed upon this scroll is a petition signed by the members of the class of 2025 at the recent 50 Days Until Graduation celebration. It requests that each graduate be permanently added to the list of distinguished and revered alumni of UMass Boston. It asks that the Alumni Association show us how to stay connected to each other and to our campus and be ambassadors of our alma mater.
Thank you, Basim. On behalf of the Alumni Association, congratulations and welcome to the Beacon alumni family. You are joining a robust network of beacons, stretching from right here in Boston, throughout the US, and globally. As you begin this next chapter in your life, your fellow alumni are here to keep you engaged and to support you through networking and mentoring opportunities and social events. As an alum, you are automatically a member of the Alumni Association, and this summer, you will receive your digital Alumni Association card via email. If you're not already part of our Beacon Connect program, we encourage you to sign up and stay connected to this campus and to each other. Finally, we hope that you will return to campus this fall for Beacon Bash, our annual homecoming and reunion event scheduled for September 19th and 20th, right here on campus lawn. Congratulations.
I now invite our chamber singers to sing to UMass Boston, our alma mater, led by Orines Manzira, class of 25. Thank you, chamber singers. Now we've come to the moment our graduates and their beautiful families have been waiting for, the distribution of diplomas.
At this time, we will begin the distribution of diplomas. Graduates will be called forward by college. Please follow the instructions of the ushers. They will direct you to the stage and back to your seat for the remainder of the ceremony. Please be sure to bring your stage pass with you as you proceed onto the stage. And we ask that audience members please keep the aisles clear. We will begin with the Manning College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Will Dean Fernall rise and receive the graduates of the Manning College of Nursing and Health Sciences? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seats.
Alicia Ha, Isabella Ray O'Connell, Jennifer Wynn, Brianna Ariel Clermont, Victoria Grace Sutherland, Lara Nancy Bartlett, Leah Nicole Kinneberg, Hannah Lee Rich, Jane Phoebe Urban, Uchenna Nwanganga Rogers, Gianna Teresa Angeremi, Haley Michelle Brown, Alyssa Brolin, Eileen Karina Lopez Estrada, Jody Ann Davis, Jennifer Pimentel, Jessica Pimentel, Ileana Abbott, Pat Adrian Finger, Ellie Lee, Bianca Pepe, Christina Anaya Gonzalez, Erica Ann Gaudette, Noor El Kata, Nicole Tran, Alexis Marie Fahey, Kelsey Lorraine Cowitt, Catherine Chen He, Jameson Michael Edgar, Mark Galvez, Stephanie Lisette Chrysosto, Candace Hale Hosmer, Riley Devin Smith, Lila Christine Curran, Kylie Ann Sullivan, Omo Lee, Marine Mukande Saba, Millie Namazi Kikabi, Daphne Karen Nabunjo, Emily Silva Olivator, Hetu Alpesh Patel, Sanvi Patel, Hannah Lee, Nicole Jean Desjardins, Karen Flaherty, Rachel Taylor McKenna, Ava Noel Krukonis, Samira Andra Servilas, Julia Kathleen Biggins, Marissa Colley, Carl Lamoth, Isabelle Santos, Michael Philip Kazmarek, Keenan Scott Johnson, Jacob Matthew Toomey, Grace Athanasia Colon, Jacqueline Rawanika Larache, Mabel Nakakandi Kivumbi, Unini Joels, Joshua Wyas Dongalao, Thomas Victor Do Carmo, Henry James Deloach, Crystal Valente, Calypso Vanessa Duncan, Ninian Adugo Ochiaga, Clementina Iroroevo Sacker, Joanna Olivia Lyle, Elizabeth N. Diaz, Frank Kasi Kakpo, Malia Teresa Bolduc, Jessica Han Young Young, Chisum Gloria Unwaha, Gwendolyn Bianca Etienne, Charity Darlison Ahabwi, Salma Bufuru, Sushma Adhikari, Yusra El Kuidi, Rim Dawood Tetouani, Chika Adora Amakor, Evelyn Nayeli Bolaños Mora, Julia Rose Salami, Michelle Marie McBride, Mackenzie Shea Ryan, Emily Barbara Kelly, Jenna Salim Marhamo, Tegan Rose Thompson, Bridget Thompson, Cole Edgar Koderi, Olivia Margaret Walker, Cody Pham, Alexandra Koza, Julia Maria Terzi, Matthew Afonso, Isabella Grace Gidosi, Rebecca W. Michelle, Ruta Asefa Gezehegn, Ivana Lazarova, Tenzin Kedon, Marjorie Augusta Sherry, Tatiana Figaro, Brianna Arnell Harley, Mildred D. Merville, Lisandra de Oliveira Torres, Manuela Haylock, Elizabeth Mamaru Gela, Emmanuel Owusu, Jill Simon, Brittany Furtado, Sandy St. Fort Doriska, Sarah Jane Stella, Erin Nicole Mahoney, Patricia Emily Sultan, Alexander James Hayes, Maeve Marie Bourdon, Lily Caroline Hood, Jillian Erin Higgins, Emma Kate Payan, Melina Maria Maggio, Georgia Elizabeth Bonney, Annalise Ortiz, Riley Bayless, Kathleen Rose Rennie, Leah T. Wilkins, Jessica Ann Carter, Megan Nicole Bluette, Lucas Pai Shao, Nicole Marie Wynn, Jashari Larice Green, Soleil Naomi Green,
Carrie Ann Farina,
Martha J. Marthal, Nathan Cabral, Lynn Benedict Alexandre, Jenny Rodolphia Sanfleur, Sofia Cardozo Silva, Obiani Falez, Hannah Arzani, Vito Fung Lee, Kaylee Escalante Perez, Michelle Washuka Marioki, Angela Mathoni Juguna, Alyssa LeBlanc, Elizabeth Grace Roy, Megan Stewart Jacob, Harleen Kaur Bassan, Mackenzie Jorgensen, Trinity Alexandra Montina, Judica L. Vincent, Sophia Duyan, Jenny Oluomachukwu Ekechukwu, Sadie Jane Vasquez, Caitlin Annette O'Shea, Paige Snyder, Nada Awada, Faith Ann Medeiros, Liliana Jordan Beaton, Delia O'Rourke, Daniel Patrick Levine, Jennifer Myrna Abelard, Angelica Samara Barthelemy, Imani Bufeda, Jason Amado Vieira, Joshua Lee, Bryce J. Desaliens, Trina K. Miller, Eves Bosquet, Nature Taylor, Taisha Maya George, Christine Ute, Aina Khalifa, Salma Mataf, Nicholas Wood, Tring Pham, Rebecca Macheka, Scott Huynh, Katiana Fellemond, Sidley Lynn Jean-Jacques, Tolulope Adigun, Aurelie Casimir, Debbie Ajua Fantewa Frimpong, Vienna Monestein, Nicole Marie Beaton, Delaney Michelle Inman, Mehek S. Patel, Julissa Henriquez, Natalie Ann Courtney, Alexandra Dara Jean Lewis, Julia Claire Runkle, Nashira Chelsea Joseph, Sophia Favreau Milholland, Emily Margaret Walsh, Olivia Catherine Hunt, Colleen Marie O'Toole, Riley Grace Gilmartin, Noella Yanka, Amalika Lucienne, Chrisline Jean-Pierre, Frances Antonia Adams, Vivian Ezeonido, Sharina Figueroa, Mary Bowie, Kanisha Francis Thomas, Amarachi Ruth Chike, Abiola Christiana Odusanya, Safara Brooker, Sandrine Aku Ama, Lyska Celestine, Wichita Watribun Ruang, Farida Nadumba, Rebecca Dang, Shirley Chen, Jeffin Joby, Rajay Rahali, Courtney Lee Riel, Sydney Ullman, TJ Alocolaro, Giovanni Gonzalez, Vladimir Y. Doxy, Nisa Brandy Lewis, Sandra C. Frias, Samuel Louis Figueiredo, Lily Marie Gajinski, Sonjay Farley, Aliana Isadora Aleja Dusaban, Ina N. Tolentino, Vincent Carlo Haduka Solitario, Anthony Chan, Melissa Tan, Ashley Ziemti No, Sally Vo, Crystal Hai Ao Trong, Faith Sebug, Bianca Slayman Rosa, Ashley Dominguez Cruz, Jeffrey Eduardo Bermudez, Carlos Gomes, Haydar Ahmad Faraj, David Elias Pavetti Jr., Daniel Stephen Sullivan, Abdi Khalif, Zion Selassie Williams, Kiana Correa Andrade, Brianna Nieves Rodriguez, Teresa No, Jenny Van, Molly Jane McGillivray, Amy Elaine Boyd, Kayla Maldonado Tejada, Carmel Milford, Angeline Pierre Marceau, Sharmila Sapkota, Sarah Nabanja, Natacha Mornay Petitfray, Ansi Valbrun, Mona Pascal, Janita Becky Rai, Eva Leung, Jacqueline Ann Clark, Yasmin Rivas Calderon, Amanda Duval, Isabella K. Fernandez Gomez, Shesma Vilcent, Kaylee Baltodano, Haisel Benavides, Sheila Nankabirwa, Oluwaseyi Olamide Oyinlola, Brianna Ann Melchionda, Alexis Jane Fleischer, Kaylee Mae Bruce, Amari Yvonne English, Collier John Bankauskas, Mariano Osiris Jimenez, Alejandra Ochoa Isasa, Stephanie Luna Aguirre, Megan T.A. Uong, Julianne Oriel Ramirez, Bethany Noel Vogel, Pamela Rice, Tanasia Kaylana Hill, Nancy Din, Damian Claude Valme, Solania Guerrero Espitilla, Shirginia Lewis June, Josean Quena Uchu, Diana A. Fernandez, Scarlett Kramer, Ralph Pierre, Andrew Abernathy, Selma H. Tavares Pereira, Yanira Janino Nzambi Priscil Kazadi, Simona Spinelli, Danielle Lynn Fisher, Danielle Barroso, Maxwell Carl Goldman, Elizabeth Ann Alexis, Vedli Yacinthi, Sanjeev KC, Lisa Nicole Frechette, Madison Riley Baker, Carolyn Elizabeth Coyle, Lydia Diane Pendleton, Julia Grodsky,
Quinn Connolly,
Isabella Juliana Zides, Adeline T. Fosung, Miranda Fosung, Wilmia Lillian Dorismond,
Will Dean Parker rise and receive the graduates of the College of Education and Human Development? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seat.
Rua Saeed Alabayachi, Mechi Yang, Amal Salah, Eleni Paraskivi Kenos, Moriam Begum, Colleen Ashley McGee, Tanisha Sheris Pinnock, Karina Luke, Jana Rosati, Jacqueline Louise Stroud, Chantel Woodard, Madeline Lena Benson, Isabella Carla Machado, Ainsley Rodriguez Cabada, Cristel Cruz Romero, Gina King, Zunaira Fatima Khan, Olivia D'Souza, Cassandra Harmon, Ashley Elizabeth Considine, Elizabeth Lebrec, Lisa M. Berlucci, Emma Child, Stephanie Roman, Joanna Sarai Yanas, Liliana P. Avendaño Roldan, Ana Josefina Lezama Martinez, Delia M. Feliz, Elba Magales Perez, Abriana Nevea Davis, Adriana Victoria Davis, Emily Andrea Aguirre, Rebecca Punu, Denali McRae, Molly Ann Healy, Isabella Restrepo Gallego, Sarah Stewart Jacob, Fartun Abdi, Naomi Baez, Shakia Nicole Scroggins Garns, Caitlin Shanley, Rebecca Rosarella Tunick, Emma Jungberg, Kaylee Rose Snook, Carolyn Thomas, Haley Bethel, Zhang Xingying, Samantha Chan, Ilianis Lucianu, Fiona Shea Frohawk, Stephen Ming Pham, Emmanuel Zayas, Mufa Fall, Denisio Camposano Hill, Jose Hermosa, Ashley Isla Murphy, Bhumi Patel, Megan Montero, Tarjane Taylor Ankrum Marshall, Quentin Andrade Jr., Healy Anibal Rodriguez, Damon James Borgia, Cody James Wittoon, Jared Joseph Carrero, Yushang Leo, Terry Marvin Lopomered, Camila Suarez Maidales, Luis Ventura Jr., Ty Matthews, Michael Krapinski, Tyler B. Bost, Emily Marie Pelletier, Hannah Pearl Balelo Cahobe, Justine Emma Grenier, Melody Gabo Kwong, Angela Maria Pacheco de Perez, Martina Alvarado Torres, Kamonrat Sinchai Dennis, Jonathan Aberlus, Diadis Menendez Feliciano, Jessica Supreme, Haley Bowie, Wenshu Mo, Stephanie Karina Canizares, Noor Tahun, McAllister Paula Carew Lyons, Olivia Nangle Kaiser, Solange Estrella, Ariadne Velasquez, Rajneek Ashanti Reed, Taina Colon, Saraya Jackson, Edil Nathaniel Flores, Janelle Taylor Ronkowski, Diego Gisholt, Timothy Patrick Flynn Jr., Linda Neo de Pina Mendez, Michaela Joanne Pollard, Tony Ha Win, Arthur Samuel Grant, Dylan Fogarty, Logan Erickson Potter,
Will Associate Dean Ricciardi rise and receive the graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seat.
Bassem Naeem, Anthony Bynum, Simone Germain LaPlante, Madison Lee Shaw, Hunter Leaning,
Ahmed Bengharmi,
Ahmed Ayad, Yaleen Gonzalez, Lydia Evelyn Richardson, Aya Ibrahim Bushra Mohammed, Hina Rahman, Shabnam Begum, Hannah Lakin, Aaron Hulam Nguyen, Robinson Lay, Kenji Maida, Kenichi Maeda, Max Rice, Mohammed Kaif Khalifa, Trisha Rajiv Yadav, Quinn Gabrielle R. Cantor, Christina K. McNaughton, Richa Vivek Patel, Svetozar Draganichki, Paula Noeli Barbosa, Gianna Ariel Thomas Speaks, Adriana Rose Fusco, Anna Valerievna Krasnoslobotseva, Shara Man Lewis, Jeffrey Anand Koranteng, Ladu Y. Ipanga, Jefti Ethan Amarena, Tesfaya Gaziz Garad, Nawaz Shaikh, Sana Farouk Mahmad Khalifa, Deborah Pontes, Doreen Kanoni, Gabrielle Alexis, Tamzid Chaudhary, Natalie de Blas Sandoval, Pari Vachani, Dia Oja, Asta Ishwari Lama, Carolai Marlene Suarez Pena, Niti Shah, Sergei Belokamensky, Sergio Farias Cardenas, Samuel Espinosa, Elizabeth Aldrich, Anaya Y. Gabriel, Elise Carvalho, Rohan Pandit, Rania Christine Porter, Daniel Pyle, Brianna Noel Deasy, Wayne Jang, Sidney Riss, D'Antoni Lewis, Robert Allen Joy, Jacob Rissler, Bubakar Barry, William Ding, Robbins Tamang, Edwin Garcia, Emery Hankins, Sophia Escobar, Woodley Lewis, Kevin Antwi Amuako, Joseph Oluwadamalola Salami, Ayumide Adarinto, Victoria Alves Primo, Tori Julia Ann Furtado, Efrate Jahan Cynthia, Isaac Marzuka, Joao Vitor de Castro Santana, Nicole Santos, Bora Selvi, Perla El Murad, Joel Kimani Gray, Jordan Tong, Alexandra Guadalupe Guzman Portillo, Ryan Joseph Baer, Patrick W.O. McDonald, John Floyd Masoko Boncolon, Ramanjit Kaur, Naomi Osazi, Sofunai Thomas, Ariana A. Bethay, Karen Jorge, Amilsa Isabel Fejeda, Mahileya Elizabeth Allen, Adna Abdullahi Ahmed, Catherine Ryan, Dat Pung, Tasha Donmarie Thompson, An Tron Nguyen, Maximilian McGlowan, Megan Grimes, Ketty Nilesh Patel, Denia Gomes Brady, Justin Perez,
Annabelle Victor,
Divine Essence Lewis Johnson, Hudson Ferreira Arrojo Jr., Larissa Ferreira, Bhakti Sanjay Joshi, Kanishk Singh, Mohammed Mustafa Shuras Ahmed, Michael Aram Agbasi, Adi Paul Edelhaus, Ilham Khan Yusuf Zai, Ming Nakle, Ethan Davenport, Hexian Yu, Tara Bridget Clinton, Barbara Andrea DeVincentis, Jenna Ann Casey, Leslie Nicole Candelario Fernandez, Nicole Victoria Aguilar, Aya Kamel, Miles Toole, Osamede Osaretan Izev Bizua, Darren E. Francisc, Mikili Thawani Albano, Kripa Shakia, Vrustibovan Kapadia, Shreya Siddhartha Parmar, Dhruvi Sanjay Shilpa Patel, Arzu Dilipbhai Patel, Shreya Namana, Pankti Patel, Kenia L. Maldonado Aldana, Emeka Xavier Momeke, Fred John Andrade, Edric Reyes Chong, Deepak Akela, Abid Islam, Anish Kanade, Karthik Mohan Jala, Eduardo Guillermo Quezada Zoe, Talha Rashid Mirza, Zuian Nguyen, Andrew Maxwell Shazasti, Naomi Ehimen Adebo Young, Victoria Adeyamo, Augusta Amadine, Hassan Daher, Lucia Condes de Betancourt Lopez, Sahoni Acosta Rodriguez, Disha M.D. Rupan Davne, Nihal Ajay Takar, Lijith Chathwara Vijay Singer, Shanjawan Nathan Ross, Jared Michael Glenowitz, Caden Joseph Glenowitz, Arian Rashid, Abram Lawrence Chow, Feiyang Chin, Chun Wei Chu, Kenny Lee, Larissa Vinokurova, Medjin Jabon, Brian Villano, Stephen McConnell, Jacqueline Cecil Kerwin, Lexi Chaves Lopes, Leah Chakroon, Devin Benton, Renee Sargsian, David Jose Enrique, Kurd Topalai, Suraj Ramanathan, Colin McCarroll, Nicola Grace Akramoff, Ryan Paul Kelly, Juan Hincapie, Dale Patrick Cabusas Ramos, Minithe Fun, Preston Chung,
Felix Nguyen,
Kelly Wynn, Xuan Zhang, Bintao Feng, Leslie Karina Benitez, Jacob Farid Sassini, Katlin Payne, Taylor Marie Kielchevsky, Alexander Serge Boutourline, Jason Asir Anbajagan, Samatrai Piam, Aliyah Brooks, Kiara Rosario,
Patrick O'Donnell,
Abdel Jalil Hamidi, Tomas Francisc Hajnal, Zohrab Haider, Lisandro Velasquez, Jeriel Ramon Rodriguez, Kenny Leo Philemond, Christopher Ara Kalasian, Gaius Praise Dukali, Pavan Kanan, Peter James Lasky, Benjamin Roars, Darian Simbab, Beatrice Exantus, Joannis A. McJaffet, Oluwakorede Oreo Feoluwa Adeni, Ahmed Fasasi, Will Payne, Alex Strunin, Rania Kroru, Trung Pham, Benjamin Daniel Royce, Priscilla Nicholas Awad, Jesse Fadi Henane, Kareem El Raheb, Ashrith Kanakanala, Evan Denman, Aliyah Selena Dorismond, Sophia Grace Ferrarini, Dorinda Obutur Okorji, Delaney Hope Sartwell, Erica Kim, Sachi Joshi, Aaron Long, Michaela Marie Cantone, Ryan Feliz, Jose Elias Beriguete, Jonathan Carl Sebastian Louison, Jessica Bishop, Kevin Carrera, Stephen Ho, Ryan Vin Quang Ho, Davide De Carvalho, Cassandra Ortega Cedeno, Bianca Rose Nicholas, Nolan Dennis Patton, Leah Esplana, Eric Dominic Rakowski, Kaylin Patricia Root, Kwabena Barima Ofori, Luis Alfonso Cardenas, Daniel Shobayo, Antonio Moda, Sorap Shrestha, Jeffrey Zhang, Pau Pau Diep, Lily Tran, Lucy May Phillips, Kaylee Charland, Alyssa Chung, Shakiara Lien Samantha Lalan, Tensin Palki, Raisa Alves, Kevin Wangji, Maya Asui, Joseph Pazos, Ulimada S. Chao, Pedro Henrique Dantas Pinto, Nicole Teresa Silva Ricci, Sofia Masaitis, Victoria Venancio Vieira, Andrea Isabella Taj, Biruk A. Tadesse, Daniela T. Antoine, Christopher Lee Horan, Jada Lee Montero Ayala, Dante Barton, Molly Christine Anderson, Owen Durkin, Argo Edward Kiernan Padre, Joseph Ruminjo, Jackson Locke, Malik Siguenza, Dylan Hai Nguyen, Anna Barrian, Hunter Clausen, Jiang Zerchen,
Robert Merrick,
Jordan Hendricks, Megan Judith Sampson, Josie Maria Ridlin, Rebecca L. Ireland, Hafsa Mohamed Salah, Shademeli Romero, Tasneem Noor, Tamisha Floranville, Handy Mitchell, Tony Guerra, Nevaeh Taylor, Maria Camila Padilla, Sophia Gurini, Han the Dieppe, Zachary Nett, Vanshika Kaushik, Manpreet Kaur, Jeremy DeLone, Mark Lee, Ali Hunain, Josh Kotler, Andrew D. Acevedo, Eric An Luong, Michael Wayne Claude Jr., David Enrique Martinez, Vivian Angela Kwong, Lydia Dabla, Denise Wynn, Naomi Katrina Martinez Leon, Ivan Wu, Jason Nguyen, Jeffrey Nian, Hadassah Peace Sosu, Georgiana W. Payne, Haley Marie McGonigal, Sarah Gonsalves Barroso, Kalia Rochelle, Adeleni de Raza Semedu, Lydia Seki, Alana Garcia, Xiao Yu Yang, John Ross Scoville, Hassan Khalid A.Y. Al-Jabir, Walid Jawad Al-Sharafi, Remy K. Gillespie, Ismail Bajosh, Luis Emilio Rivera Jr., Katerina Bujko, Adriana Leal Menendez, Tishane Janaris Diaz Tiburcio, Lorenzo Orillo, Maxime Moskalenko, Jongsu Ha, Chisholm Amanda Onyenji, Min Win, Kelly Ann Francis Bertozzi, Amadou Kaba, Avraham Meir Felsenstein, Taos Bogari, Min Hui Win, Devin DePina, Joel Anthony Cacciapilli, Athul Joji, Rosie Bello, Nettie R. Bazil, Jamal Michel, Kong Trong, Eric Pham, Jacob Chan, Anthony Rain Alves.
Hey, Diane. Whoops. Do it. He's gone.
Timothy Charles Grace.
Joshua Oriolua Bradley, Anthony Betancourt,
Gifty Glover,
Fardeen Hassan, Alexander Troch, Kareem Sawaf Duwaji, Wayan Danao Price, Mohammed Ahmed, Abdi Abera, Henok Mulao, Kiara Jade Lee, Mohammed Abdullah, Diana Blell, Josephine Essie Agama, Ian Maivong, Brianna Lee, Elizabeth Gallagher Burns, Marie E. Kiesling, Tina Taginejed, Alisa Inam, Abigail Lewis, Zachary Tyler Scott, Ella Sophia Watson, Kelly Anna Costa, Noel Lauren Lane, Aidan Lawrence Bayless, Ryan Duwong, Qingtao Lin, Gabriella Emilia Nicholson, Julie Yu, Natalie Pham, Esther C. Akulezi, Alana Alexandra Coriolan, James Truong, Christiana Seek, Jiyin Leong, Wenbin Orum, Nicholas Oliveira, Samantha del Carmen Flores, Andrew Liu, Daniel Barreta Escudero, Sabrina Delsas, Shalmia Drew Baoengan, Sophia George, Nhi Van, Thu Min Pham, Taisha Hippolyte, Allison Ujie Lai, Kylie Hung, Jainaira Regine Tyra Sierra, Amarachuku Obijiaku, Edomias Mulao Alebel, Mary Dur Chuan, Grishma Rana, Veselin Adrian Portev, Joseph Sai Seti, Andrew Bonney, Emilio Joseph Ortiz, Tomasz Sipper, Guy Blockstein, Adam Ali Sufan, Fnu Abdullah, Hassan Hojazi, Jonathan Pimentel Jr., Rafael Ricardo Cruz Lagos, Michael Anthony Perez, Caleb Scott, Adrian Chafet Beguero, Natalia Freitas, Nayad Rain Evernow, Christopher Edward Blackman, Christian Pashko, Ty Stephen Coughlin, Ban Hui Fan, Caitlin Nguyen, Anas Salam, Ulysses Ariel Barahona Escoto, Brian James Bazil, Swarnim Pradhan, Michael Dialton, Rayan Haidar, Kylie Ray Medeiros, Omaru Abdunur Simbwa, Antonio Melberg, Mark Javier Cruz, Krish Sudhir Panjwani, Gustavo Aguiar, Duncan Anderson, Stephen R. Jolicoeur, Shrey Rupesh Kumar Vachani, Monarch Sunil Patel, Krishna Shah, Kita Patel, Lindsay DeBella, Sanidhi Gati, Malaika Tahir, Rania Somali, Krista Hinckley, Grace Catherine Suter, Audrielle Samala Caetano Hannaberry, Dante Amir Duran, Destiny Longlois, Maggie Lapointe, Niral H. Patel, Calixta Nahue, Daniela Sinnott, Pearl Baidu, Rita N. Sovereign, Sania Tabasum Asmi, Karen Villanueva Mancia, Kang Dui Huyin, Thomas Gosk, Adnan Gari, Richard Mauricio, Annalise Galin, Prathvi Demalia, Agnes Megan Esomba.
Will Dean Thornber rise and receive the graduates of the School for the Environment? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seats.
Yvette Ivy Ann Young, Jessica Mishral, Sarah Hale, Hannah Vered, Lily Rebecca Pelton, Yvonne Crystal Alfaro, Ainsley C. Powers, Skylar Sanderson, Daniel Roscoe Repeta, Ketis Wold, Michael Christos Ladas, Tyler Griffith, Sean N. Chi, Brian D. Tran, Michael Christopher Mayetta, Bryce Stephen Moy, Alexander M. Collins, Spencer Cadigan, Charles Theodore McCrossan, Michaela Thomas, Laura Senderovich, Caroline Gebhardt, Summer Jolie Heyman, Charlie S. Raymond, Holly Pamela Pearson, Shane M. McGonigal, Keegan Riley Palmer, Jennifer Brandeberry, Quinn Grealis, Brooke Bent Hamilton, Yasmin Santos Cruz, Sean Sweeney, Evan Asher Carcasinas, Jennifer Fan, Anna Gustafson, Wenzheng Chen, Sierra Salisbury, Alexandra Marston, Natasha Snogren, Kelly Ann Owens, Gregory X. Lynch, Nema Christie da Luz Baptista, Zachary Moran, Kiana Rojo, Melody Rose, Jennifer Guillama, Jocelyn Castillo, Andres Guzman, Aisha Waira, Matthew Joseph McGorty.
Will Dean Venkatachalam rise and receive the graduates of the College of Management? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seat.
Dave DeCham.
Aditya Bikram Casey, Yuxiao Emma Xing, Alexandra Gonzalez Tellez, Iasai Galvan, Randy Sem, Quinn No, Joseph Amari, Renato Cristobal Herreri, Jesus Romo Llamas, Jason Wilkins, Ryan Vongpusan Achai, Fred Herc Jr. Lenny, Ashley Casasola Tejeda, Miriam Divers, Abdurrahman Salah, Shay Rajiv Rashede Parasram, Elijah Sadiq Elliott, Fong Lee, Mag Gohar, Jeremy Cuevas Tolentino, Andy Che, Li Hua Chen, Omar Talha, Christopher Nelson, Jose Manuel Cruz, Isabella Victoria Villegas Leal, Tiziana Pinto de Souza Nascimento, Zeju Lee, Hui Bui, Jeffrey He, Allison Teese, Samantha Lobach, Angela Choi, Caroline Sicut, Eduardo Toranzo Albero, Michael Karamusayan, Christina Marie Lucier, Natalie M. Vizcardo, Angelina Rejal, Nicholas Michael Menezes,
Joshua Vajar.
Isabella Victoria Pino,
Dennis Magloire.
Tian Diep, Xiaorong Du, Yanbing Li, Lisa Ren, Shooting Zhou, Annie Yu, Saleha Farouk Mahmad Khalifa, Dakota Amy Rivermist, Tenzin Chueden, Heber Antonio Juarez, Christopher Lainez, Roberto Castillo, Elizabeth Guerrero, Angelica Kanya, V. Win, Giselle Quinde, Avery Knott, Jesse Tong Huang, Alexandra Clairsant, Anson Huang, Li Mei Li, Rojin Rostamnejad, Iman Buhu, Trinity Rose Volpe, Bailey Alexis Ryder, Sama Sabrine Hossein, Nazia Khalifa, Farzana Haki, Theron Chow, Yungku Chen, Yu Yi Li, Bledion Hoxa, JC Priscilla Morales, Carolina Bonilla, Samikshia Gautam, Ava Jorvlin Ngala Ondongo, Iman Mustaid, Jairon Pollard, Halima Amir, Aisha Dudyatra, Mohish Vishnu Sharma, Osiji Igodaro, Eric Valentin Reyes, Parth Tiwari, Arnev Devan Ahuja, Thomas Wong, Distini Tarkpour, Isaiah John Stessman, Sebastian Emmanuel Bien Amy, Christopher Colbert, Casey Cummings, Vin Tan Nguyen, Yusuf Rehman, Romeo John Barbosa, Matthew Thomas Lahif, Austin David Maury, Rimla Skaki, Connor Carrero, Min Hui Lee, Ryan Michael Walker, Nicholas Leone, Michael Sean Meager, Max Raymond Mahassel, Reed Allen Burkett Schneider, Mackenzie Grace Manning, Nadine Elkata, Brian Tiklayari, Mithran Panchamurthy, Manthon Bardwaj, Parth Bhatia, Sai Varun Reddy Paturu, Divyam Ravi Chabra, Venj Gejira, Vicky Jang, Yi Swan Chen, Abel W. Berhani, Tyler Vicente Sotomayor, Cody R. Hartke Wiliki, Ariana Tanea Best, Nham Uyendin, Colby Anthony St. Marie, Kenny Nguyen, Michelina Anna Weglarzi, Ayush Joshi, Raghav Bhardwaj, Talal Khalid Abwil Jabain, Dilshad Azimov, Musa Manu, Adam Mustafa Lakiki, Jet Li John Tran Lee, Christine Joy Catalino Dumo, An Kwok Ngo, Lefteri Jezo, Caroline Gold, Kavishan Muruganandan, Ryan Pelletier, Mokhtar Sek, Don Win Sa, Peter Wynn, Naad Daniel, Patrick Walter Moran, Jarrett Andrew Goodwin, Jalen Cruz de Rosa, Danielle Winifred Woods, Alan Gonzalez Mejia, Nathan Thomas Jasek, Tirth V. Patel, Jessica Montero Correa, Telma da Costa Correa, Mityev Jose Pierre, Arshwakar Tajuddin, Dorian R. Renaud, Sharani Dayan Champagne, Arthur D. Jeffries, Aryan Hitesh Kalthia, Pancham Brizal Shah, Amna Ahmad Chaudhry, Yasmin Barakat, Abdullah Tifuni,
Talal Asfar,
Maher Ahmed Aga, Rabaz Anwar Rahim, Radraksh Alkeshbai Trivedi, Dia Dripal Kalolia, Jason Alcone, Christopher Salako, Christian Taborda, Thomas Kiri Baselius, Ryan Neely, Tiffany Vu, Christopher Rhodes, Joe N. Pendarvis, Wayne Moore, Nasir Lewis, Liban Hussein Fiin, Brianna Cazo, Becky Gao, Lily Barrows, Chloe Elizabeth Martin, Calvin Hong Win, Eric Thon Pham, Nikki T. Van Wyn, Vivian Vu Lee, Bilal Afridi, Adam Russell, Aidan Seth Parker, Harmon Palencia, Angelina Isabella Toso, Jiho Kim, Devin Moran, Kijun Kim, Ryuto Nakayama, Fariz Ghazi Sanjaya, Yok Pung Fong, Rida Reyes, Titana Tiku, Zayla Martins Lopes, Scott Jacob Griffin, Angelina Rose Simmons, Arlie Ruth Berg, Betty Jiminian, Isabella Suarez Sierra, Maria Carolina Vasquez Sierra, Tanatswa Salome Janji, Brendan Allen, Bao Miao Zhou, Ashley Michelle Lemus,
Sophia Edgerton,
Joanna Wynn, Avalucia Costigliola, Dante Blackwood, Simon Lynn, Dia Dirie, Julia Grace Siloan, Lillian May Kaufman, Ismail Musa Fofana, Clayton McLaren, Colum F. Doog, Vincent Joseph Apellinis Duffany, Zaki Greege, Carlos Mina Abiasaf, Christopher Kirala, Marie Jose Nicholas, Jessica Leanne Gates, Marley Lane Gambaroni, Madeline Espinoza, Talia Lucia Capadonna, Gabriel Joseph Pacheco, Nicholas David LaRoche, Rukama Heller, Madeline Grace Goultz, Anjali Bhutani, Marvin Lynch, Alyssa DeSantis, Samantha Bologna, Vincent D. Mascio, Damon Wells, Liam James Cafferty, Melanie Jordan Hurlbutt, Taylor Lambiese, Misha Zawdowski, Ahsan Badr Khan, David Camarena, Michael Brandon Merlos Martinez, Brian Melendez, Connie Liang, Kyle L. Lee, Connie V. Quach, Kimi Do Vu, Ariel Peña Soto, Daniel Armando Guzman Lepe, Corey L.J. Benning, Lacey Caron, V.T. Pham, Anthony William Senna, Kiara C. Gunter, Ayana Elon Stupard, Lourdes Jasmine Calderon, Allison Lyons, Tatiana Urhiles Miranda, Jennifer Ann Sahagian, Isabella Grace Walker, Georgi Lako, Raj V. Shukla, Peter Lawrence Botchus, Joseph Pastorino, Shayan Jawad Memon, Yana Elizabeth Semerly, Isabella Castro, Michaela Rocha, James Evan Quirk, Zarek Noel Gutierrez, Tyler Gaynor, Nikki Ta, Elio Hayek, William Miyamoto, Ethan Pham, Julia Kapcha, Asif Raza, Supreet Kaur, Louis Kwok Go, Michael Byron Tomlinson, Jr., Daniel Cabrera Mendoza, Michael Bakshi, Xian Yichang, Yasmin Magizo, Anza Sugrio, Afia Master, Ayan Jama, Nada Wanas, Aaron Pereira, Kira McGuigan, Kimberly Duque, Larry Virgen Doyo, Julissa Zoquir, Hamza Hadani, Soliana Tenanye, Sarah Lisa Tyleb, Tristan T. Johnson, Eddie Monroy, Alisa Birch, Joey Lau, Melissa Monexant, Shay Robert Sullivan,
Melissa Chen,
Ludi Belazaire, Petra Ayug Fawn, Haname Ahmed, Pia Akhtar, The Van Anfam, Joshua Allen, Sean Justin Reynolds, Selena Sheriff Sadeh, Young Mei Yu, Abdirahman Ali Mohammed, Yasmin Mahaya, Pamela Zisi, Zeneb Buhi, Zaid Suhail Qureshi, Carl Mereb, Yash Baga, Jason Barbosa, Kyle Edward Wheeler, Carla de Romville, Robert D. Conboy Murphy, Arthur Schleifer,
Swawi Belpeep Kar,
Will Dean Prasad rise and receive the graduates of the College of Liberal Arts? Graduates, after your name is read, please return to your seat.
You're good. Yep. Stand.
Kelsey Shea Crotty, Rachel Ellison, Sean Kirby III, Sophanie Compass, Brenda Toledo Andre, Natasha Buckley, Hunter Thomas Owens, Orionus Moon Manzira, Lillian May Harris, Sonia May Lam Chan, Brittany Lee Soares, Francine Cott Ohm, Oscar W. Munt,
Not that I see. Mark Hubert,
Catherine Emma Constable, Patrick Carr, Emily Abdul Al Khatib, Narawati Koopra Sitrat, Christina Massey, Robert Anthony Florentino,
Jordan Moot,
Emily May Strait, Jessica Jocelyn Padilla, Sophie Mateys, Diana Juarez Ponce, Laura Lisboa Silva, Sarah Ray Flanagan, Nicholas Buonfiglio, Tyrese Tavon Balanes, Alexia Walker, Genevieve Bella Hamor,
Katia Batista de
Anisha Aziz, Gia N. Ankrum, Pamela Machado Pereira de Souza, Angie Crystal Zavaleta Torres, Emily Torres, Milton Alexandre Mateus Neto, Carolina Monroy, Joliana Enoa, Ashley Shanta Cooper, Michaela DeAndrade, Sally Lynn Edmonds, Ashvi Vipul Kumar Shah, Lucas George Rouleau, Hannah E. Kosciuszko, Jennifer Wynn, Trinity Tamaya Reed,
Natalie Melendez,
Maisie Nagelin, Cyan K. Kang, Brittany Kang, Kevin Kubanek, William Coleman Flaherty, Alondra Bobadilla, Yorlanis de Jesus Olivero, Priscilla Figuerio Santana, Linda Gabriela Valette, Catherine Sharid Gravenhorst Picazza, Gabby Shantz, Victoria Kennedy, Allison Riefler, Adam Hamdi, Crystal Ann Flanders, Alessandra Sosa Locio, Diana Nahomi Ukraine, Sharina Wynn, Marie Ravikumar, Ashley S. Tony, Kalani Rivers,
Olivia Capezza,
Zoe Charles, Claudia Martin Nieto, McKinley Carr, Shirley Gomez Tenesaka, Eileen Nicole Ortega, Ian David Craymond, Paula Andrea Bejarano, Catherine Rose England, Julie Amaral Silva, Camila Martins, Catherine Hussey, Audra Grace Cote, Hannah Kaplan, Aidan John Megan, Tiaja Janae Hunter, Melanie Ogando Almansar, Jillian Elizabeth Cocroft, Kehana Simone Jacques, Harley Morency, Suzanne Rosemary Small,
How Lai,
Sarah Mondi, Beatriz Lapa Selva, Victoria Rose Trainer, Darian Clay, Christopher James Smith, Aishu Jama, Nikki Sharma, Jinal Patel, Sophia Oliveira, Samaha Khan, Anna Melanie Matos, Ruth Noemi Perez, Stefan Gelly, Sophia Livoti, Emma Rose Fitzgerald, Sarah Evelyn Hamilton, Aneza Abria Lies, Isaac Ward, Sylvie Princeton, Samantha Misterily Bollier, Dave Sherson Renoir, Bianca Fanfan, Kimberly Lima Paniagua, Jocelyn Reynoso, Muhammad Bacha, Ermet Henry, Omar Abubakar, Hannah Prue, Austin Christopher Desrosiers, Martha Barba, Franstead Chamblain, Erin Eileen Olding, Rason Alkindi Marquis Isaac, Noah Francis Jones, Jake Asenko, Luke William Palmer, Joseph Luciano, Abigail Celeste Wandless, Aileen Giron, Kilani Feliciano Echevarria, Kiana Alice Peña, Alicia de los Santos Rodriguez, Jaron Howe, Tristan Robert Duggan, Vicken Meneshian, Samir Jamak Muhammad, Chelsea Jean, Katie Do Rosario Gonsalves, Joshua D. Almeida, Marin Acheam Pong, Nady Gomez Teixeira, Ibrahim S. Kaba, Malik Kenlin, Shannon Claire Ahern, Carla Rivas Pais, Austin Jane, Ashley Phyllis Lewis, Caroline Mary Bradbury, Michelle Ella Dupre, Liam Thomas Kennedy, Caroline Olufunke Ogunmola, Katja Lopes Cardozo, India Wiggins Jones, Adna Mohamed Wera, Antonio Luigi Derenzis, Luz Daniela Aguilar Garcia, Marco N. Fubini, Alexander Ferranti, Isabel Grace Hayes Waldron, Razin Ranjit, Abubakar Mudar Al-Wahhab,
Devo Monterio,
Ariel Kimberly Prince, Kayla Rose Felch, Naomi Rose Bethune, Eric Martins, Ned Whelan, Emma Johnson,
Ethan Alexander,
Alexander May, Mars Elena Emery Lay, Caitlin Leon Bottoms, Rosalinda Vasquez, Jose Arnaldo Arias Marte, Karen Brito, Natalie Suzette Portillo, Henrietta Foray Camara, Magnus Paul Tamba Lamina, Xinying Chen, Yin Chen, Wei Ying Lao, Dana Alexander Simon, Isabel Vieira Soares, Kaylee Mariah Mercado, Monica Clermont, Dejan Jalan Bailey, Harsh M. Patel, Ethan Xavier Schickler, R.J. LaRossi, Thomas Oliver Walsh, Olivia Simoneau, Kevin Ricardo Hernandez Gonzalez, Alea Rosetta McFarlane, Brooke Marie Young, Abigail Revoir, Yanni Marcel Suarez, Santiago Chaparro, Jaylene Maria Simoneau, Jeffrey Charles Tremblay, Paula Fernanda Villarruel Saavedra, Julieta Hernandez Gonzalez, Lucas Manuel Batista,
Sandy Abi Rustin,
Destiny Marie Blocker Graham, Fedline Figaro, Matthew Aiden Collins, Daniel Thomas Pippett, Sarah Ann Price, Isabella Garcia, Sarah David, Alena C. Rose, Anchal Enali Dania de Prince, Stephen James Litchfield, Nate Charles Denatale, Shane Tendler, Jory Tropnus, Eric Morales, Ameria Schober, Darlene Zanez Cooper, Annie Wynn, Leonardo Alonso Velasquez, Christopher Thompson, Paris Alexandria Beasley, Samantha Victoria Lamour, Nicole Perdomo, Brianna Camara Pusey, Andrea Stefani Flores Duenas, Leslie Beatriz Cornejo, Sierra Michelle Saluzniak, Lucas Patrick Clark, Kevin Sims, Skyla Brianna Anthonia Alexander, Emily Banks, Kelsey Coughlin, Samuel Pierce Noblet, Mia Hathaway Hurley, Owen Highland Bork,
Caleb Scott,
April Yunbin Jung, Fatima Zahra Mena Nofal, Greg Thomas Milnes, Suhani Ashok Patel, Olivia Quitter, Madison Alana Kimbrough, Lissy Pimentel, Kiara C. Coutinho, Fatima Akhtar, Anna Sofia Taborda, Jadeja Latriva Garden, Kiara Liz Santiago Cruz, Alexa Soto Cruz, Kanisha Andrina Germain, Karina De Lima Silva, Riley James Burmas, Lawrence Shaw Ball, Margaret Ann Ball, Gray Neely, Carl Michael Muir, David Michael DeVoy, Janida Graciela Hernandez, Michelle Aisha Calixt, Iliani Aldina Centeyu, Olivia Kathleen Pappas, Ava Nicole Garrity, Amaya Joyner Remy, Joaniris Baez, Kayla Morilis, Brandy Rosario Cordero, Jakari Garcia, Annie Patricia Perez Sanchez, Matthew Vincent Carlson, Brianna Grace Dowling, Sophia Regina Serra, Sophia Rose Cardarelli, Kevin Scott Bowser, Tiffany Tang, Lloyd Benjamin Bruno, Maya Nieves, Anelli Diaz, Marin M. Gregory, Bui Thay Tu Un, Ajaria L. Smith, Tiara King, Delcy Leah Martinez, Yiman Shirley Leung, Jorge Andres Feliz, Jordan Florence Healy, Stephanie Blickling Carvalho, Logan Anthony Garrison, Angelica Marie Tabalar Makaibai, Sarah Ziba, Masahito Ishii, Samantha Augustine, Michelle Lorena, Ellen Ty, Sophie Celeste, Eamon McKilligan, Dean P. Sodol, Ryan Carpenter, Jackson Frederick McMillan, Victoria Elizabeth Gonzalez Mendoza, Fatima Isabel Caceres, Katie Ochoa, Nazmin Bagum, Jackson Robert Riley, Tyler Maurice Nichols, Angie V. Bedoya Osorio, Isabella Julia Murata, Chandani Murata, Maylee Yu, T. Tang, Janelle Fenton, Chiyuki Tokiwa, Carlos Alfredo Osorio, Rebecca Faith Ryan, Zoe Ann Miller, Caitlin Alexis Schrafa, Elena Teresa Albano, Jade Paris Hernandez, Dylan Grace Wurtzberger, Kinane Metric, William Dowd Ritter Jr., John Moynihan Silveria, Logan Lawrence, Deanna Erina, Bree Callahan, Olivia Zara Cedroni, Hussein Hassan Taha, Michaela Tran, Cristina Cardoso, Courtney Elizabeth Dondero O'Brien, Megan Jenna Meager, Julia Carey, Natasha Lee Torres, Natalia Isabel Quiles Amaral, Bo'o Folua Fahua, Vanch Bavin Kokani, Christelle France Joseph, Julia Ann Olszewski, Millicent A. Snow, Riley Hammond, Jacqueline Tucker, Olivia Lauren Reed, Olivia Grace Bishop, Catalina Sky Jaggers, Tamala I. Marshall, Desiree Melendez, Makia Nicole Lamar, Carly Ray Castro, Mia Faye Milano, Abby Wallace, Jenna Ann Machado, Alessio Francesco Baggio, Rashawn N. Griffiths, Bakari Ruff, Anushka Verma, Kishara Johnson, Benjamin Patrick Worland Gambill, Ashauni Samia Jones, Alexia S. Richardson, Aidan Z. Collins, Ian McGrath, Crystal Mehilai, Luca Miranda, Natalie Dervishian, Sophia Nicole Eliopoulos, Gianna Marie Knapp, Dylan John Burns, Nicholas Collins, Ava Rosino, Saori Valentina Canessa Fukushigi, Michelle Mikisha Santiago, Ciara Jade Santiago, Jennifer Cabrera, Yari Margarita Lara Romero, Destiny Rain Martin, Tori H. Bacotti, Carlos Enrique Narvaez Fernandez, Eileen Maria Galdamez, Daniel Geronimo Rodriguez, Marco Sebastian Fontan, Shauna Bowler, Tamar Goose, Matthew G., Derek Tuba Jr., Shane Colt Lawrence, Betty Tekle-Georgis, Gavin Pereira Scotia, Natalia Mura Vesteg, Aidan McGinnis, Asha Simungal, Dana Louise Richmond, Sydney Crosby Hicks, Nelsie Paulina Nunez, Katie DeRoss, Lily Grace Charbonneau, Ronald Nicholas Lam Villalobos, Thomas Yung Wang Tran, Cole Francis Mansfield, James Garofalo, Patricia A. Torres Crespo, Melanina da Costa de Pina, Connor Manson Hall, Keyshawn Valer, Jawaher Al-Kabi, Emilsa Timas, Tigisti Aduna, Bryce Francis Ryan Evans, Maura Magliozzi, Sarah Edward, Tamara Whitmore, Ashley Adorno, Bianca Molina, Anthony Nederhoff Rivera, Sharday Imani Sulf, Brandon Emery, Morgan Cooleybeck, Jung Shen Kuo, Timothy Scott Worthy, Kyle Conlon, Yoheni Arias, Lauren Marie Nasrallah, Haley Maggiani, Jessica Thomas, Joseph Andrews, Michaela Rose Rickards, Caitlin Renee Berlin, Asma Asusi,
Chase Cambray,
Annika Toprak, Erica Andrea Perez, Fella Judy, Temitope Odedele, Ashley Cadet, Jack Pelaez,
Brendan Long,
Romy Claire Thibault, Caroline Alexis Kirker, Kira Davis, Anuolu Wapo Mokulu,
Sharon Millien,
Kiana Wynn, Sydney Marie Bolger, Stephanie Cabral, Kaylee M. Jobeski, Manal Koti, Mary Jo Jessica Ajavan, Jensen Adam Trent, Sydney U. Scolari, Helen Elizabeth Lyonson, Amira Ikram Uadani, Cassandra Mariah Paul, Tamara Sharari, Gisele Marie Perez, Alondra Nicole Rodriguez, Sergio Martinez, Eiler Milstead, Andrew Robert Peterson, Umunyana Hortense Ize, Shannon Therese Leary, Elizabeth Stewart, Nadia Brioche, Janai Davina Wilkerson, Jessica Jaroge, Raven Elena Caceres Fernandez, Leah Odiaga, Tatiana Lee Cruz, Destiny Marie Cosby, Castania Robarson, Yorwin Roberto Reyes, Layla Exume, Roswin Fajardo, Ziheng Guo, Yanali Carla Lewis, Shushuan Wong, Ai Hui Song, Feben Abebe, Elmi Abdirahman, Miles Watson Ellis Starkey, Powell John Yarbrough, Danielle Reynalda, Erica Turan, Rodnell Lewis, Asha Lawrence, Ayan Abdinasir Mahamud, Latifa Mohammed, Keelan Miller, Julie Alexandra Tamayo Avendano, Leba Asif Qureshi, Samia Tariq,
Mary Adele Flaherty,
Radhika Parihar, Sophie Suzanne Briggs, Jackson DuPont, Emmeline Caruso, Shenyi Luo, Matias Fortunato Souza, Kiara Denise Nichols, Racist Nalali Marcano Cepeda, Brian Leonardo Canales Alfaro, Tyler Sky Stock, Luisa N. Garcia, Gabrielle Costa Diniz, Christopher Normandin, Samri Caleb Rivas, Jeffrey Chan, Anieli Osgar, Tala Habchi, Mohammed Ali Jr., Janelle B. Desiree, Alicia Kai Smith, Jose Diaz, Jasmine Singh Mavi, Haley K. Fitzgerald Moore, Alexandria Pate, Kiara Medina, Emma Elizabeth Mickey, Katrina Pham, Sarai Dennis, Sanelise Linabeth Santos, Lordiana Etienne, Nur Mohammed Hassan, Ena Emina Batic, Naya Hernandez, Kimberly Hopkinson, Candace F. Chan, Megan Feudo, Vicenta Esmeralda Munoz, Aidan Michael Butler, Anna Eliza Pumphrey, Jess Boya Jian, Olive Lawrence, Jai Rahaji Freeman, Nakato Dallison Nasozi, Kosiwa Aulenu Kaumako, Grace Kaseke Kindeke, Odalis Abrayo Colon, Emma Nichum Bayer, Michelle Alicia Virtus, Adela McFarlane, Claire Sullivan, Berlin Thermidor, Dylan Rogers, Alyssa Kerrigan, Carmen Moe, Mohammed Rashid, Nathavia De Mota, Kendall E. Bastarash, Abigail Kalin Nelson, Tiago Farnese Faria de Oliveira, Jamie Catherine Francis O'Laughlin, Nuhaila Mefta, Veronica Eileen Himes, Derek Tavares Torres, Ryan Kamel Juma, Jessica Shea Iannucci, Maria Fernanda Piasancini dos Santos, Christina Camille Saint-Jacques, Tuong Vidong, An Tu Vo, Danya N. Al-Alami, Vivian Gale, Simona Josefina Thornton Perez, Dulce Bernal Sandoval, Amirkia Mavadat, Christina Camille Saint-Jacques, Luis Javier Morat, Triette Min Nguyen, Caroline Mary Clow Howard, Jason Shaw, Madison Tunti, Natalia Kirilova, Autumn Sky Quigley, Amarecio Luciano, Sydney Gervais, Sophia J. Cross, Tamhelda Mafu Yalape, Peter Van Vliet Young II, Justin McCullough, Timothy Edward Sullivan,
David Oman,
Gregory Christopher Wolfe, Sean James Cullaf, Stephen Joseph Leiden, Brett Edward Riley, Benjamin Chen, Daniel Fulton Gilligan, Kevin Sarr, Anthony Jude Bambus, Matthew Cowan Jr., Quinn Marie Farley, Carrie Hunt, Natasha Griffin, Isabella Ada Jacobs, Cecilia Grace Westgy, Catherine Tejada Guevara, Abigail Hannah Jolliffe, Dante Gerald White, Raymond Hang, Michael William Poland, Sophia Cecilia Aravena Matios, Kizun Zhou, Christy Amani Mondesir, Colleen Valerie, Sayana M. Tull, Serena Mendy, Sophia Soto, Courtney Wright, Daniela Piedra, Leticia Rodriguez, Karen Abigail Osuna, Francesca Valerio Valdez, Devin Samnang Ross, Peter Tang, Gerardo Ticas, Merlicia Miles, Alexandra Maria Vidic, Nairi Merjikian, Dalia Najib, Lizabel Matos, Ariana Virginia Curry, Milena B. Andrade, Kimberly Carachola, Jose Alexis Santiago, Shamir Rodler Remy, Alan Garuya, Jack Kell Lee, Sheridan Joy Woodfin, Paula Flores, Sarah Rahel Balachev, Richard Jacob Acevedo Jr., Anas K. Boasin, Mohammed Suleiman Jekalaksana, Ali Simfarouche, Martin Dylan Bonilla, Rohan Sagar, Brian Josue Bonilla, Lizette Esmeralda Rodriguez, Zachary John Walsh, Zoe Kennedy, AVG Kennedy, Eva Natalie Godinez, Rena Garcia Yanes, Angie Mejia, Jival Blumsack, Mia Emily Lamont, Dylan Thomas Abate, Anderson Mendez, Lorenzo Teixeira Pereira, Renata Almeida Santiago, Alejandra Medina, Sabrine Zahid, Min Trang Pham, India N. Burns, Catherine Encarnacion, Ariana Munoz, John Emilio Martinez, Danny Jose Munoz Cajina, Mercy Moncada, Ava Avara Freeman, Evan Christian Sheehan, Joseph David Lennon Phillips, Aminata Sheriff, Zainab Majid, Wilson Chow, Monica Ferreira, Shantae Carol Hunt, Daniel S. Gaines, Ling Feng Li, Lydia Bell Gould, Kimberly Lorraine Martinez, Karina Ward, Michael Zachary Ducoing, Lily Aubie, Emma Victoria Curtis, Sylvia Julissa Marmoleos, Helena Alemsahai Girma, Keisha Miriam Richardson, Ryan J. Vias, Martin Simmons,
We now conclude the undergraduate portion of our 57th commencement. Graduates, as you go forth, take pride in all you've accomplished at UMass Boston. We are truly proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2025.
We will now begin the academic recession. Please remain in your seats until after the Chancellor's Party and faculty recess. Students will then recess. Marshals Todd and Ferrer Muniz, please take your places.
Would the faculty please rise and recess down the center aisle? graduates and their families and friends. After the faculty have recessed, graduates will recess. A pleasant rest of the day to you all. Congratulations, class of 2025.